ducky duck. Hello, hello, hello. It's Movement Yoga Morning. Now, my name is Mark Cormier. I'm practicing with my wife, Kathy Cormier. And we may see Savannah Banana Curlytail, our friendly co-parented dog in the scene. I can't promise that, but my guess is that she'll make an appearance.
Hi.
Are you ready to go, Kathy?
And
All right, so I want you to grab the yoga bricks, and we'll get going.
happy Thursday, people.
Happy Thursday. Such a good day. We got some warm weather here in San Francisco, so
Me too.
we're relishing it before it goes away, as it often does.
It does.
All right, it is California, but it's a very special part of California.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's start with hands on hips and just march it from side to side. And then balancing on one foot, just like you're doing as we kick it off to each side. We've got our side kicks. We've got cross kicks. We've got front kicks. And we've got back kicks. Be careful on that one. Don't want to kick anyone or blast through a window. And then from all this kicking fun, we're coming back to the ground as we rock it from side to side, finding our center. I'll invite you to bring hands to heart, namaste hands. All the fingers connect. A light press of your thumb against your sternum. Relax shoulders, a soft tuck of the chin. Starting to tune into your breath, just watching as it flows in. And watching as it flows out. Arriving here in our yoga space, ready for a movement yoga morning. From a place of just watching your breath, now shaping your breath, lengthening your inhalation. And lengthening your exhalation. I'll invite you to find a full body breath as you breathe in, bringing the air to the top of your chest, the base of your belly, filling up each sideways, filling up both front and back planes of your body. As you breathe out, I'll invite you to engage your core. As you draw the low belly in and up, concurrently lifting the kidneys in and up, squeezing a little more air out, most importantly with that core engagement, providing structural support for your low back as you move through these shapes and sequences, like putting on a weight belt from the inside. The inhalation takes care of itself as the diaphragm engages and stretches down towards the navel to draw air into our lungs. For this deeper, fuller breath, finding the Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath, is a go-to breath in many flow practices. It's a power breath, but it's also a relaxing breath, slightly constricting the base of your throat, adding a slight sound and feel to your breath. And as we flow through our practice this morning, letting the sound and feel of your breath be a focus for your practice, the sound of which is often compared to the sounds of the ocean as the waves wash in and out. Now taking the tip of your tongue to the hard palate just behind your teeth, keeping that tongue loop throughout the practice as best you can, keeping our jaws relaxed and connecting front and back planes of our bodies. And finally, with your lips closed, adding a slight smile to your face, a Mona Lisa smile opening up the front of your throat so your breath has lots of room to circulate, refresh, and revitalize. Keeping all this, rolling the hands over as we stretch out our wrists, hands by our side. Let's bring hands on hips to ground down through the base of a set of toes and just circling the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Now taking those circles the other way. Now grounding down through the other set of toes as we circle the ankle, the knee, and the hip. And then taking those circles the other way. Now coming back center, feet right together. We'll come down and cap the knees with the hands as we circle our knees. And then taking those circles the other way. Now coming back up, don't think too much about it as we step our feet hip width apart. I'll invite you to take a look at your feet. Many of us have a small turn out to the toes. That's just the way your hips are shaped. That's your natural stance. Keeping your natural stance, hands find the back of the hips as we circle our hips. And then taking those hip circles the other way. Now coming back center, pretending we have an extra set of hands, keeping the hips relatively stable. Thumbs find the shoulders, elbows wide to the side as we start to circle those shoulders. And then taking those shoulder circles the other way. Coming back center, hands by our side, one hand low, the other hand high as we take a side bend towards the low hand. Side bend towards that other low hand. Just back and forth between the sides. Starting to jut that far hip out as we stretch out those hips. Stretching out, low side waist. When you're on one side or the other, holding that tilt, could you tilt a little bit more? Could you reach up a little higher? Could you reach down a little bit lower? Back through center, second side, holding that tilt. Could you reach up higher? Could you reach down lower? Could you jut that hip out just a little bit more? And then back center. Two arms in the air like you either do or don't care. Thumb and forefinger of one hand, catch the wrist of the other. We contraction that far shoulder. And then starting to circle the shoulders one way as we circle the hips the other. And don't think too much about it, taking those circles the other way. Now coming back center, other thumb and forefinger, catch that other wrist as we traction that other shoulder. And then starting to circle the shoulders one way as we circle the hips the other. And then taking those circles the other way. And then coming back center, hands by our side. Releasing and relaxing tension to the shoulders as we inhale the shoulders up towards the ears. On the exhale, let it spill out through the mouth as those shoulders drop. Answer that 6 times. A couple more times here. Keeping shoulders heavy as we look up and look down, stretching out that neck. And back and forth between the two places. I'll invite you to think of a ball in back and a ball in front. And you're lifting up and over each ball, finding more length, more extension in your neck, despite flexing the neck on either side of the action. Next time you look up, I'll invite you to hold that as you stretch out the base of your throat. Could you look up just a little bit more? Up and over that ball in front, holding that tilt to the chin. Could you tilt just a little bit more as we stretch out the back of our neck? Keeping that tilt to the chin, moving towards Jalandhara Bandha as you lift the sternum up towards that chin, activating the upper back. And then lifting the chin, tall through the crown. Working our jaw as we rock it front to back. And then side to side. And then back to center. I'll invite you to either step or jump those feet on in as we move towards a yoga stance. A little bit of a tighter stance here. Tight as you go would be feet right together, or big toes touch, heels slightly apart. I'll ask you to go sideways, Kathy. Moving towards Sun Sal A, we'll take it in 3 pieces, starting with arms and shoulders. Inhaling the arms out to the side and then overhead. Let's hold this. Let's bring the arms a little bit closer. Notice what happens to your shoulders. They start to bunch up towards the ears. Feel free to move there, or stopping short of that, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Exhaling, hands back down. 2 more times. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, hands back down. Observing the natural rhythm of the shoulders. As the arms elevate, the shoulders elevate. As the arms descend, the shoulders descend. Adding a forward fold, inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as we arc the back. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Exhaling, tucking tail and chin as we round it in. Feel the stretch in your back. Inhaling, finding your neutral spine, back of the head in line with the sacrum, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, hands back down. 2 more times like this, half sun sal, inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as we stretch out those hamstrings. Exhaling, stretching out your back as you round it in. Inhaling, finding your neutral spine, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, hands by your side. 1 more time here, breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail. Exhaling, tucking tail and chin as we round it in. Inhaling, finding your neutral spine, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to down dog. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail. Now tucking the tail, tucking the chin as you ground down through the hands. Stepping 1 foot back and then the other, finding your down dog. I'll invite you to hold this down dog in relative stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Deep full breath. Either keeping the neck relaxed and the head heavy, or long through all sides of the neck as you look back towards your navel. As we hold the shape in relative stillness, you're still breathing, your heart's still beating, your mind's still moving. And by focusing on your ujjayi breath as it flows in and out, finding a little more space between each breath, each beat of the heart, each thought. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. As goes the breath, so goes the mind. Tail end of that breath, navel to spine as you lift the hips high and looking between the hands as you either step or jump it to the front of your mat or space. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as you arc, arching the spine as you fold it in. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead, hands over head pose. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to plank pose. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as you arc. And then arching the spine as you ground down through the hands, finding your plank pose. Stepping that other foot back. As we hold the plank, feeling that connection between head, hips, and heels. A line of strength running through the center of yourself. A line of strength that supports whatever you intend to do today. Long, smooth breaths in. Long, smooth breaths out. You've got this. Despite the effort of the action, keeping it yoga. Easeful breaths in. Easeful breaths out. Tail end of your next breath. Navel to spine as you lift the hips high. Coming back to your down dog. I'll invite you to move this dog as you pedal one foot and then the other, walking the dog, stretching it out. Add some movement. How does your body feel this morning? What feels tight? What feels right? What feels somewhere in between? Finding that mind-body connection that's always there. What do you feel? And where do you feel it? From this place of movement back towards relative stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Deep, full breath. Tail end of that breath. Navel to spine as you lift the hips high, looking between the hands, and either stepping or jumping in front. Let an inhale bring length when you arrive. Exhaling, folding it in. Inhaling, riding the breath up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhaling, standing tall. Sun Sal B, there's going to be a lot happening, and it's going to be happening fast. Inhaling into tall smile. Exhaling, finding your chair. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower, finding more strength in your legs. Inhale, rising on up, finding a back bend at the top. Exhaling, a big swan dive over. Let an inhale lift chin and tail as you arc. And then tucking the tail, tucking the chin as you either step or jump back, finding a push-up. Inhaling into a back bend. And then back to down dog. Take your time, find your flow. Follow your breath. We won't be in down dog for long here. Flow style, feet together, right leg high, high on the left toes as we stretch out Achilles tendon and calf. And then looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. And then flexing the foot as you float it out through. Spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side. And then overhead, warrior one. Take your time, find your balance. Let your breath lead the way. And then exhaling, spinning palms out, finding low lunge as you spin that back heel up. And then cycling through vinyasa as you find your push-up. Inhaling into your back leg. And then back to down dog. Take your time. Find your flow. Follow your breath. From down dog, second side. Flow style, feet together, left leg high, high on the right toes. Looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. And then flexing the foot as you float it out through, landing it lightly, spinning the back heel down, arms out to the side, and then overhead, warrior one. And then riding your next exhale, back to low lunge. And then one more time, finding your push-up. Inhaling into your back bend, and then back to down dog. As we hold down dog, yogi's choice, either holding it in stillness, inviting your mind to still, or adding some movement, inviting in more prana, inviting in more flow. Again, finding that mind-body connection that's always there. What do you feel? And where do you feel it? Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail into that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly, lifting the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you step or jump in front. Let an inhale bring length when you arrive, lifting chin and tail. Exhaling, rounding it in as you stretch out your back. Inhaling, stay low, knees over toes, hands over head, chair pose, the powerful pose. Exhaling, taking it lower, finding more power in your legs. Inhale, rising on up, open heart, open throat, finding that back bend at the top. Exhaling, neutral spine, hands by your side. I'll ask you to face camera now. Bringing hands to heart. A light press of your thumb against your sternum as you line up each finger. Relax shoulders, a soft tuck of the chin. Coming back to your breath. I'll invite you to set an intention for this day. Could be something you're thinking about, something you're moving towards. It could be as simple as you're perfect, just as you are. Now, taking your thumbs to your forehead, your intention is in your thoughts. Touching your thumbs to your lips, your intention is in your words. Bringing your thumbs back to your heart, your intention is in your deeds. Now, rolling the hands over, hands by your side. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Coming back to your breath. Coming back to your intention and thanking yourself for your practice this morning. Offering this practice out to each other and to the world. And in any amount, I invite you to bow. Coming back up, the light within me honors and respects the light within you. And in this light, we are one. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, Kathy, for practicing with me.
Thank you, Mark, for leading our practice.
Thank you at home for practicing with
Thank
us.
you, world, for joining us.
Didn't see anyone this morning, but maybe you'll all watch on the record. Anyway, we love doing this, and namaste.
Namaste.
Have a nice day.
Namaste.